CWatt.
You bought cardstock. That's crazy as fuck.
I don't know why Mindy's surprised that I'm a professional.
Go off. Listen, I'm
we
not.
have cards now.
First
instead
of
our
all,
phones.
next episode it's gonna say the thick on
No,
the
I
back.
was thinking about it, but I was like, I'm not doing too much this episode.
Oh my God.
But yes, it will have a logo at some point.
Okay,
Hey guys.
Big Oprah. All right, welcome. We are the thick.
And we're back. We're back.
How was your week?
I forgot to tell you this story. So I went to the mall with Peaches and
my boo Peaches.
I know, and it was just us.
Aww.
And I was like, okay, I had to pick up my laptop because it was broken. Picked it up from the Apple store. We go in, we get out. As we're walking out, this guy approaches me and
with Peaches.
And he's like, hey, he was like white Italian looking dude.
Okay.
And young, like definitely in his 20s. And he was like, hey, I just wanted to say you're so beautiful. I was wondering if you're single. I have my daughter with me. And he's asking me this. And I'm like, no, I'm not. But like,
I'm a wife.
Right. I was very taken aback because so you think I'm a single mom and you're approaching me as a single mom?
He wants to be a stepdaddy.
So in my mind, I was like, is he trying to traffic me or my kid? I'm like, for real.
You have fully turned into that mom that watches 2020 one time and she's like,
listen. Because usually they won't approach a woman who looks like, I'm a big girl, big woman. They're not going to take me, you know what I'm saying? But with my kid, I get distracted. Something could happen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And no shade, Peach is a cute motherfucking
She's
kid.
Cute.
Peach is, and this is no shade to anybody else's baby. But no, I'm dead ass.
This is the crazy
No, Peaches.
Ugly babies ain't working.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the odds are just like, people gonna see Peaches, they're gonna be like, damn, because Peaches is both Peaches' parents are models. I need you to understand. Peaches is like a baby 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
gorgeous little baby girl.
She's a cute girl.
Put her on TV, gorgeous little baby girl. You
so
know what I mean? I would not trust nobody around my baby. Girl.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Girl.
So anyway, I was like, no, thank you, leave. I'm putting her in her car seat, head on swivel,
Period.
Looking around like,
okay.
Making sure
look for some white dust on the handle
Literally,
of the door.
I looked in our car before we got in. I was like,
you left your car
there.
around no handles for real.
I know. So we go home and I jokingly tell Trey the story.
Oof.
Like, some guy tried to hit on me. I was like, I thought he was trying to get us or whatever. And I was like, I made sure like nobody was following me home. And a car pulled up in our driveway.
Shut the fuck up.
Swear, a car pulled up in our driveway right as I finished telling him this. And he was like, are you expecting somebody? No, I didn't call nobody. So he goes outside. He's like, stay inside. And I look out the window. I can't see who he's talking to, but I can tell it's a white man.
Shut the fuck up.
Yes. But girl, it was some neighbor who said that Dash got out somehow. He dug his way. Girl, this fucking dog.
This story going in a different direction. Girl. I was literally on my tailbone just now.
It was crazy. It was just a coincidence. I wasn't followed home. But Dash got out apparently one day when we weren't home, dug his way. We found he dug his way out the gate. And this random man brought him back. And I'm like,
wait, so Dash was gone the whole day? Nobody knew?
I don't know how long he was gone, but he said he just saw him walking up on the sidewalk and he recognized that it was our dog.
Dash literally hates it anywhere. He doesn't like being at home. He doesn't want to be domesticated.
Girl,
he only wants to be domesticated because he wants the food and he wants the pats. But aside from that, he says, get me the fuck out of this house. He's been running away since he was a baby.
He has. But he wants to come back. He's not about that life for real, but he's not smart. Violet's a smart one. She knows her way back home. Dash don't know his way back home. He said he was looking lost and scared and just crouched over on the sidewalk. Dumb. So he brought him back home. He came like through our yard and put him back over the gate. I
want Dash to really understand, baby, you are itty bitty dog. Them coyotes they gonna really have a hot dog sandwich, okay? What the fuck?
I know.
This is why I promise you, y'all, I don't know why God is making me wait to make my millions. But when I get my money, I promise you, one of the first gifts I'm going to give to Bria is a
God.
session with a doggy medium. I need you to sit down with the dogs and have a full conversation to really understand what the fuck is wrong with y'all.
I would be so curious to know what they have to say.
I have a list. Nobody ever believes me when I say I have lists of things. The other day, I was talking to Jade and she said something crazy as fuck to me. She be saying the wildest shit to me. And I was like, I'm adding that to the list. And she was like, what list? I have a running list of her saying wild shit to me. And I'll bring it up and she'll be like, I never said that. And I have a date. When she said
actually it's logged.
No, she says like things like one day we were at Costco and we're walking like through the aisles and I was pointing out shit that like because I'm perpetually on a diet and I see things that I love and I'll be like, oh, I want that so bad. And we walked past and I was like, oh my God, they had a big ass box of Uncrustables. And I was like, oh, I would fuck an Uncrustable up. And she literally was like, I could tell you grew up on free lunch.
Rude. Oh my God.
How could you say that's crazy?
Uncrustables are good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She was like Uncrustables. I'm sorry, your mother cut your crust off.
Right.
And
right.
did all the, you know,
Uncrustables are good.
Okay, I love my boo, but she be saying crazy ass shit to me. Oh my God. The day after my birthday, I'm literally, the list is in my head too. Day after my birthday, at my birthday, this girl lived across the street from the club that I threw it at. She went home, made me a sandwich, a panini, brought it back. Because I was hungry as fuck and I was drunk and I kept on saying I'm so hungry. The next day we wake up, we are still very much hungover. We get in the car because we want to go get Wingstop. I'm in the car, I grabbed the sandwich, I warmed it up, I threw it in the air fryer. So as we're pulling up, she looks at me and she's like, you eating food on your way to go get food? And I said, yeah. And she was like, okay. And I was like, I don't like that.
What's wrong with that?
I didn't realize how many gluttonous things I do on a regular basis. But to me, it makes sense. If I'm hungry now, I'm going to eat now. And then I'm going to get my food and I'm going to eat again. But apparently, normal people don't do that.
You know, when we need to have, like, we'll probably have a whole Ozempic diet culture episode. But I do feel like people really misconstrue and villainize what dieting versus healthy eating is.
Yes.
And I've noticed that I count calories and it's been successful. I'm almost 50 pounds down.
Congratulations.
I know. I was 300 pounds at the beginning of the year. I'm almost 250. I was about to say 350. No. But
go off.
I did it because I count my calories and I know what a correct portion size is. But if I just tell that to the world, you know, especially the plus size community, they'll be like, that's unhealthy. You're creating unhealthy eating habits for yourself. And I'm like, actually, I now know what a proper portion is. You know?
Honestly, that's what fucks me up. Because it's not just portion control. I don't eat majority of the day. So like I'll wake up, I'll go to work, I'll run off coffee until lunchtime. And then when lunchtime comes around, I'm fucking starving.
Yeah.
And then I'll eat a meal and I'll order food or I'll bring food from home, but my portion is massive.
Right.
And to me, it's like, bitch, you're hungry. You deserve. Like you separate those calories throughout the day. And like technically I'm on track, but no, you're not. Because if you're eating 1,000 calories or 1,500 calories in one sitting, it doesn't matter if you skip breakfast, your body's going to be holding on to that. It's fine.
Okay. Anything else happen to you?
This week was eventful. I feel like a lot happened, but also not much. I had a TikTok hit 1 million likes. That was nice.
Period. Go, Mindy.
Nice. And I gained like almost 100K followers.
Period. That's amazing. And Mindy got her first brand deal, y'all.
Sure did. Posted it.
Yes.
It was so interesting because I could tell people didn't realize what was happening. And so like my family members were like reposting it.
I was like,
and I'm like, y'all, the thing is, it's because it's my TikTok content. And so they wanted it to be like my TikTok content, but they asked me to also post it on Instagram. And I don't ever post shit like that on Instagram. So it was very like out the blue. And like family members were reposting it. And they're like, oh,
I reposted it.
My cousin did a commercial. Yes. It's not a commercial.
Just in your bedroom with your phone. Commercial. But hey, we'll take it.
Okay.
Period.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it. But
I love that for you.
I think that was it. I don't know. I had a lot of like interesting moments where I was like, are we leaving? Am I staying?
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening right now.
I've made the definitive decision that we're staying.
And the thing is, I now, oh God, I watched Inglourious Bastards again.
I've seen
I'm
it
like
once,
going
yeah.
back and watching and like, no, I'm being dead ass because now I have a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I think my initial perspective was like, oh, y'all all are just like cowards and y'all suck and y'all are just like everybody who was from there was like part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we're in it, I am recognizing that history is not going to say a majority of the people within the United States did not stand for this.
Yeah.
History is going to say, oh, well, within a year, all these things happened.
Mm-hmm.
This happened as well. There's a national memorial, national fucking
Yeah.
like whatever to memorialize actual bigots. Like this is who we uplifted as a nation.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter if everybody I know and me and like all my family members are like, fuck that shit. We're here.
Like there are people on TikTok who are dedicating their accounts to downloading everything and putting it on hard drives because they know history will be rewritten.
And honestly, this is a great, and I just hate the fact that I get so frustrated when I think about all this shit that it literally puts me in a nonverbal state. That's how angry I get.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that I realize how much of the United States, how many people within the United States are not only illiterate, but genuinely uneducated.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that one of those things where it's like, well, if you give them the information, they'll learn.
Mm-hmm.
No, these are literal, like, they're stunted. I could sit here and try to explain, no, I'm dead ass. I could sit here and try to explain shit to you and you won't understand it. These are people who genuinely believe the rapture was happening and now they've just postponed the date because they said that they're going by the Julian calendar because Jesus didn't know about the Gregorian calendar.
Right. It's supposed to happen, I think, the 6th or 7th.
Jesus is supposed to be omnipresent. Jesus should be knowing that TikTok exists, but you're trying to tell me that he got his dates wrong.
And then that's gonna come and go, and now
and I also think it's so funny how all the people who are really like in rapture talk and like genuinely believe it's gonna happen are majority white Southern Christian nationals, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that the message came from a Black South African man, and y'all hate niggas, but y'all are literally out here like, oh no, this one nigga,
yeah, he got it right.
He got it right. He said Jesus coming, and I knew Jesus was coming. And so Jesus is coming.
It don't make no sense. I can't deal with them. But whatever. It's above me. It's out of my hands.
Now we're gonna transition to our news hour with Tabria Majors.
So I've been trying to figure out how I
no what no because I remember how people used to love when we used to speed read and I'm like speed read it.
No. But I've been trying to figure out how to deliver information to you guys without it being overwhelming. It's impossible, to be honest. If you remember it was from the first or second episode, we mentioned the term flooding the zone. Well, we didn't mention it, but it was in the sources because we didn't say it. But
watch the videos. Go on YouTube and watch it.
Yeah, so I put all the sources that we mentioned in the episode. It's put in our YouTube description because the links are clickable there and not on Spotify or Apple. So if you ever want to look up something that we're discussing, it's in the YouTube description, just an FYI.
I also want to inform you guys and also give flowers to the editor of the year. I need y'all to understand, Tabria edits all our videos in MLA format. It is insane. They're in the video, like they're right up here. We have sources, we have all the things, y'all. That is all Tabria Majors. I need y'all to give her a round of applause.
Thank you. I want to do better. I want people to take us seriously. You know, we're fun, but we do our homework too.
Go off.
Right?
This is why they say you're Obama-like.
I'm Obama-like.
And I'm ghetto.
Shut up. Okay, so so much shit happened this week. And I think the best way is for me to just read through everything. I'm giving y'all the headline basically, and then in the YouTube description, that's if there's any story that sticks out to you that you want to investigate for yourself, that's where you can do it, period. Okay. This week, a lot of questions around Charlie Kirk's unaliving. Candace Owens is spearheading this investigation, y'all. It's crazy.
After we do this, I need to tell you the conspiracy theory that I actually believe.
Okay. Anyway, the superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools, Dr. Ian Roberts, was detained by ICE agents. He's a Black man, highly accredited, and detained by ICE agents. For what? Who knows? Trump ordered the deployment of military in Portland. Portland is the most liberal city.
First of all, everybody there is just high and eating granola.
Literally.
That is it.
Child, rainbows galore. Portland, be so for real. 1,200 immigrants in Alligator Alcatraz are now missing.
Crazy.
Trump is 100% incompetent. This isn't really a source, it's just our opinion. But he's posted 2 AI videos spreading misinformation this week alone.
Every American will soon receive their own MedBed card. With it, you'll have guaranteed access to our new hospitals led by the top doctors in the nation.
There's no way to sugarcoat it. Nobody likes Democrats anymore. We have no voters left because of all of our woke trans bullshit. Not even Black people want to vote for us anymore. Even Latinos hate us.
Girl, there was a press conference and they were asking him questions about the military meetup that's happening today. And he was like, wait, what? Huh?
It was a very simple question, like, are you going to be there? He couldn't answer it.
And he literally was like, well, why is it, well, people always want to find problems. What's the problem of having all the international generals? And they're like, no, these are our generals. These are all American. He was like, yeah, it's great to have all the international generals here to see how great America is. We're talking about, it's literally all of your people.
Military leaders from all around the country on Tuesday. Will you also be there?
All around the country to what?
Will you be there personally as well?
Well, I'll be there if they want me, but why is that such a big deal? I mean, the fact that we're getting along with the generals and admirals from all, remember, I'm the president of peace. Isn't it nice that people are coming from all over the world to be with us?
No idea.
Yeah. To that, Pete Hegseth is bringing all our generals, and I think they call them gold medals or gold stars, whatever, bringing all them together for some big secret meeting here.
You already know what it's going to be. They're just going to have them pledge their loyalty.
Yeah. This is happening before we record, so,
yeah,
you know. Let's see. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, won't swear in Adelita Grijalva. She's a Democratic representative in Arizona, and she would be the tie-breaking vote to discharge the petition for the Epstein files.
Did you see though?
Yep, I saw it. And now, in response to that, there is a guy on TikTok who said if Mike Johnson doesn't swear her in by Wednesday, that he will release his Grindr profile with his IP address. So I am anxiously waiting. He's already received.
I just think it's so funny how the people who are the most anti are the ones who crash Grindr every single time.
They so
there
closeted.
is a Republican meetup.
Yes.
Y'all, just be free, be you. You would be less miserable.
Literally.
If you was out here doing what you want to do for real. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's fine. A little dick ain't never hurt nobody. My God.
Lord. That'll be very interesting to see. Also, I'm 100% convinced that it is not the Epstein files, it's the Trump files. The way that they are trying to keep this shit buried. And Trump got more pictures with Epstein than I have with my own parents. Like literally.
You're not even wrong.
Literally.
For sure.
It's the Trump files. I'm convinced. And lastly, we are on the brink of a government shutdown. That's supposed to happen
in 2 days, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 1 day at this point.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that.
If you were listening to this on Thursday, hopefully the government's not shut down. We'll see.
We'll see. In some lighter, I don't think this is lighter news, but the Gaza aid flotilla, it's set to arrive this week. And I really hope they make it safely. I really hope they're able to deliver aid with no retaliation.
For the life of me, I just don't understand why it's so hard. Like, if y'all are saying we recognize Palestine as a state, we recognize it, and y'all are saying Israel, you guys are doing wrong. The people who are saying this, the Chinas, the UKs, the Italys, the whatever, can y'all not just send some drones with some aid attached to it and just drop it? And if they shoot y'all down, do it again.
Yeah.
Just keep doing it.
It seems so simple, right?
It does. I understand that. I'm not going to say that it is that simple because I genuinely have no idea. I don't have a day of military experience under my belt. But to me, it's just like, y'all are trying to come in by boat. They are literally kidnapping the people on the boat, right? Y'all, they're stopping you every other way. Why not just say, bitch, like, I'm gonna do it anyway?
Yeah. I don't know. But I really applaud everybody on board. The face of this is Greta Thunberg, and she's like
Yes.
20 years old.
Greta, I need to see her
Like-
birth chart. Greta
No,
Thunberg,
for real.
if she is not, I don't think that we have another example of someone who has been on the right side since birth. She has been loud
Yes.
about all the injustices
Yes.
since birth, a child.
Yeah, she was born
She-
an activist.
You want to talk about Jesus? You want to talk about Jesus? Talk about Greta.
No, for real. She's amazing.
If you tell me Greta turned water into wine, I believe
You're
it.
so
I believe I'm dead ass. Okay, I'm gonna tell you my conspiracy theory that I've heard.
Oh,
that
yes,
I genuinely
yes.
believe. All right, walk with me.
Walking.
Okay, Erica Kirk
Mm-hmm.
competed in the pageants, right? Okay, walk with me.
Walking.
Before her death, Ghislaine Maxwell was
Mhm.
at John Benet Ramsey's birthday party.
They haven't confirmed that. It's alleged. But it does look like her.
I
It
don't
does
know.
look like her.
People are saying that they think
that
that
John
Erica Kirk is John Benet Ramsey.
Mindy,
I listen.
I don't believe that.
Listen, regardless,
You're so
listen,
stupid.
regardless, they also are saying that they basically believe that Erica Kirk, along with a lot of these people, were placed.
No,
Right?
I believe that.
Yes, but they're saying that the reason why they were placed and the reason why they're so willing to do things like
Mhm.
have a child, she had a child with this man,
Yeah.
is because they have been like trafficked since they were younger. We don't see no footage or evidence of Erica Kirk's family.
Yeah.
We don't see none of that.
Even Charlie's family. Mm-hmm.
So the conspiracy theory is that they're basically like sleeper cells who have had a mission and they've been working on this mission the entire time, and that she's not mourning it because she had no attachment, even though they have children.
I believe it. And apparently there's no pictures of her pregnant. Everybody's saying she didn't birth those kids.
Okay.
It's Michelle Obama all over again.
No. That's different though, because I think that there's way more evidence that there's something going on here.
No, I agree with you.
Like I think that Michelle Obama, that was more so.
It was racism.
It was racism.
Mhm.
But with this, the fact that it's been 2 weeks and you are on podcast tours,
Girl.
I'm not even joking. Me and Jade haven't even been together that long, right? And I know the same is true for Tabria. God forbid something ever happened to our partners. 2 weeks into someone's like, how are you dealing with it? I would be inconsolable.
Yeah.
I would be throwing up.
You wouldn't see me. You wouldn't see me.
We haven't seen what's Ozzy Osbourne's wife's name?
Karen, right?
We haven't
Karen.
seen her.
Mm-hmm.
And he's passed like 2 months. Have not seen her at all. I would be deep in mourning.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren London didn't even speak to the media for years.
Yeah.
And you're trying to tell me that you're out here, you're just like, I know he's up there and he's smiling down and he's laughing and he's so happy that I'm continuing his work.
I would not be surprised if Erica was VP on Vance's ticket in 2028. I would not be surprised.
Hell yes. First of all, it's the fact that not only that, there's just so much. I know that this political era we're in is literally just media takeout, the shade room, but just politicized.
Yeah.
I think that it's nothing but mess and drama that's powering all these moves, right?
I mean, them controlling every form of media, that's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And even though Jimmy Kimmel got his job back, free speech here is gone.
No, it's gone.
It's gone.
But it's also the fact that he accepted the role proves it. It's
Mhm.
gone. Also, because at the end of the day, y'all are still not focused on the bigger issue. Like, I think that people are just like, oh, well, we did it. No, we're not done.
No, we're not done.
And we've literally, do you know how many, I think it was like 900 Starbucks closed over this past week. And like the employees had no idea. They showed up for work. And yes, and people were showing up for work. And then that morning they were like, store's gonna be closed today. Your job today is to take everything down.
Wow.
This one store, this girl posted TikTok and she said that she worked the entire day. And at the end of the day, they all got layoff emails at 4:20 p.m. after working the whole day. They were like, no work tomorrow. Insanity. But that is literally proof that boycotting works.
It does.
And the problem with us is we boycott and we see one crumb of evidence that it worked. We get the one thing that was like the baseline request. And we're like, well, done.
We're done.
We're
I'm
not
like,
done.
"No, there's so
We're not
much
done.
to accomplish.
Like, no shade to Jimmy Kimmel at all. I really wish he would have said, fuck y'all.
Mhm.
Everybody boycott completely. These conglomerates they're way too deep. They're doing too
I
much.
know.
And they run everything.
I know. I
It's a
wish you would have
propaganda
said,
machine.
catch me on Vimeo.
No, but dead ass. It's the same way that we made it seem like China was this big, bad, scary, like this force that was so evil, so rude, so bad. And at the end of the day, we were just taking notes.
Yeah, facts.
We're taking notes. We villainized them, and all the big, scary things that we said they were, we are now.
Child, we ain't taking notes from them. We taking notes from North Korea.
For sure.
Like,
For sure. But we made them
But
a
yeah.
big, scary monster too. It's
Yeah.
baby steps.
yeah.
It's baby steps. Like, no shade. I thought about this too. I was like, I wonder how long it's going to be until we get a cease and desist. Like, we can't talk about this shit.
No, honestly. Like
God
when we
forbid, though. Let
post
me knock on some
when we
wood.
when we post clips on
This wood laminate.
Oh my god. When we post clips on TikTok and Instagram, we have to censor Trump's name out. You
Mhm.
can't say his name. And now I'm thinking, well, shit, can we post it on YouTube anymore?
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you see Netanyahu giving that speech and
Yes,
basically saying we now own
girl.
TikTok?
Yes,
He said
girl.
we. We. It's the United States government that owns it. He said we. And did you
Mhm.
also see the person that's in charge of like the violations and like the free speech and all that shit on
Mhm.
TikTok is a Israel national? Yes, and they used to serve in the IDF, and now they are in charge of the censorship and all that shit. And like they're the one who determines like what bullying is and what this is and what that is.
Wow.
It's about to be a whole different world. I'm just mad that they waited until my shit started popping off. Because hello,
No, for real.
hello.
Like when those 250 U.S. representatives went to Israel, like pledged their allegiance and shit.
What?
Right. So there, and then he's over here now doing some press conference with Trump. But the way they even place the flags around him,
Yeah.
I'm like, just subtle indoctrination.
Yeah.
On a lighter note, this week's episode is about. It's kind of just me interviewing Mindy, but
No, because
but it's a conversation.
I included questions that I think I would love to hear from your perspective as well.
Okay.
Yes, because I think that it's interesting seeing it from both sides and now understanding the immense differences and wanting to know if what I now know was something that was, I wouldn't even say missing, but just like,
Mhm.
there are a lot of incompatibilities between men and women, and understanding or wanting to know whether or not you feel you could be whole and truly be yourself in a relationship with a man. It doesn't mean you can be in a healthy relationship for sure, but a man is a man, and a woman is a woman.
Yeah.
And there are certain things where you can't.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Well, this episode is about sexuality, and we wanted to discuss it because Mindy's a lesbian and I'm a straight, and I want to get the comparisons between dating men versus dating women, and with me being in situationships my whole life and now being in a healthy relationship. Have you felt like you've always been a little on the sexuality spectrum?
On the spectrum. She said, okay, girl. No. So I feel like I've talked about this with myself more than I have with other people. But I genuinely feel like it's one of those things where it's always been like there.
Mhm.
But it's never been something that I was open to like truly diving deep into. And I think that a huge part of it comes from not just Christian guilt, but also just like familial and cultural guilt, because it's something that's very, very much so demonized. Like it's like the worst thing in the world that you could be in a Haitian family, right?
Mhm.
They'll forgive you if you commit a crime and you go to jail. But if you are gay, when it comes to a lot of Haitian families, I understand that there are outliers that are more accepting for sure. But in my family, it's always been a point of conversation. Like I have a cousin who came out very young. The thing is, he is more on the effeminate side. And so it was harder to hide. It was always like something people that like whispered about and mumbled about. And the way that they would talk about him, it was just so like fucked up. And it's like someone that you're supposed to like love and care about. But it would be conversations like, oh, we got to figure out a way to fix this because he's gonna burn in hell.
Yeah.
And it's just like, this is supposed to be your family. You know, I have a brother, and he came out when he was older. And when he came out, it was like the end of the world.
Mhm.
Everybody was losing their mind. They're just like, how? And like, my brother is a handsome man, right? Handsome, college graduate, graduate degree, Kappa, like whole thing. And they were shocked. People literally thought that someone put a hex on our family
Oh,
and like
goodness.
turned him gay.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, there's no way in hell. He's handsome. He's successful. He's this, he's that. And it's like, that doesn't take away from any of that. Right. So for me, I think I've always had like an inclination, but I will say my inclinations are very specific. So I joke that I've always had really like beautiful friends. Like all my friends are like really beautiful women, right?
Mhm.
Never been attracted to them a day in my life. And I'd be like, I told Jade, who knew all they had to do was put on boy clothes and it probably would have been a wrap.
Oh my God.
But jokes aside, I think that I am more drawn towards a masculine woman with feminine like characteristics.
Mhm.
And then I always dated men who were masculine in their presentation, but feminine in their characteristics.
Yeah.
So it's like the exact opposite, right? So bad bitch and boy clothes, feminine personality. Like I can't do a hard stud who's just like, you know, call me handsome. I can't do that. But I also can't be with a man who is super duper like
super
masculine,
macho.
macho. Can't do it.
Mhm.
And so I think that is the spectrum that I exist on. And I like it there. And I think that that's why I dated so many men who are either knowingly or unknowingly hella bisexual.
Mhm.
Hella.
Definitely.
I can't think of
Every
a
last
single,
one of them.
no, I can't think of a single ex of mine who wasn't super effeminate in their like, just in their energy.
Yeah.
All of them.
It's true.
And
Not that that's a bad thing whatsoever.
No.
Yeah.
But-
Because I think I'm kind of the same way.
Mhm. But no, because
I've been with some guys who are manly, I guess, but I've also been with guys who are a little, you know, a little more,
it's like it's the difference.
I don't want to say
between
effeminate.
but I think there's nothing wrong with
there's
saying
not.
that you're an effeminate man.
Yeah.
I think that people think that a man having feminine characteristics is somehow like a negative thing. I don't think it's a negative thing. I think that it's a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
And that masculine, everything in the world, everything in life is on a spectrum. Masculinity has a spectrum, femininity has a spectrum. And I think that the same way that I'm attracted to people who like present one way but have their energy is a different way, I'm the same way too. I present very feminine, and then when you get to know me, I'm very like, I don't think that I'm masculine. I think that I am like, you know, a baby girl down.
Yeah.
But I do have like an aggressive, like more dominant side, right?
Yeah.
But it's not in the more typical ways. Like I still want you to like open doors for me, and like I still want like the pretty princess treatment.
Yeah.
But I'm also not afraid to ask for what I want, and I'm not afraid to give you things and like do things for you that I think most women are against doing. Now, I ain't buying shit for a man, but for a woman, for sure, you know?
Mhm.
And I still think that like, in terms of my sexuality, I think that I'm like 90-10.
Yeah.
I think that I have no urge to date a man. I haven't dated a man in years at this point. Shout out to me. But is there a world where I never would again? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I think that for the right soft man, maybe. You know what I mean? It would be a special case. You ever see me with a man again? I need you to understand that he is
He's a unicorn.
The most unicorn of unicorns.
Yeah.
A rainbow colored unicorn.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like has to be.
But I think even for me, if you're a straight woman, if you really want a healthy relationship, especially if you're a progressive woman, your man is not going to be 100% masculine.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
And we want to do an episode, we always say this, we want to do an episode on gender roles, and that plays a lot into that. But with Trey, he has a lot of feminine qualities. He was raised by all Latino women. And like, he cries about once a week not saying that it's not a bad thing at all.
He's also a Scorpio. He's a very feeling
yeah,
person.
he's a very emotional
But
person.
I think that's also a reason why every man I've ever dated has been a creative man. Because I think creative men are more tuned into their femininity and their feminine energy. And I think that that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Because the men who don't cry, the men who don't show their feminine side, they're the ones who are repressed and angry.
Yeah, and
they're the ones they're the ones who will go upside your fucking head.
Yeah.
Because my long-term relationship with crazy ass nigga, all right? That man was definitely conflicted about his sexuality, for sure. I had so many instances where I would find things or like see things and I would ask him about it because like I'm never gonna judge you or shut you down.
Yeah.
But the minute I would bring anything up, would lose his fucking mind. Lose it. And you're so afraid that someone is gonna see you as anything other than like a manly man. But like everybody think you gay too. You know what I mean? Like you're the only one who don't think that you know. Everybody think you gay too.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm not saying that you got to be gay, but it's like you are definitely a queer-coded person.
Yeah.
And I think that is my thing. I think I'm attracted to queerness.
Yes.
Love a queer-coded person in general. In general. I think that I would definitely be open to date. And this is why I don't know if I love the label lesbian, only because words mean things. And lesbian means that you are a woman who only dates women. And I think that I would be open to dating a non-binary person. I think that you know what I mean?
Okay,
I think that it's more about the girls have been fighting on lesbian TikTok for like a couple weeks now about women who don't ascribe to the term queer. They don't like it as a blanket term, and they feel like using queer as a blanket term to identify takes away from your identity as a lesbian, right? And I think it's a thing. It is a thing. I think that I understand not wanting erasure for like the term lesbian, because lesbians are the smallest community, right? Maybe not the smallest, because they're like intersex is smaller than that.
Right.
But in terms of like just the standard LGBTQ, lesbians have a very small community, because most women who date women fall under the bisexual umbrella or the pansexual umbrella. So I understand not wanting that erasure, but I also don't want people to think that identifying as queer is a bad thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad
not
thing
at all. Yeah.
So I think that queer probably works best, but I also have no issue with the term lesbian. You're not going to see me dating a man. You know what I mean? Like I said, it would have to be a unicorn of unicorns.
I mean, I don't want you to, because I love Jade. So, what's been the biggest difference you've noticed between dating men and women?
Good. There are good and there are bad. I think on the good side, I don't have to explain myself as much. And when I say that, I don't mean in terms of like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just PMSing. No, like I don't have to explain myself and like my personality, because I think that there's an element of like girlhood that exists where I can do certain things, I can feel certain ways, I can like be like goofy in a specific way where I don't have to like tone it down and be like, oh, I forgot I'm supposed to be a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Like I can just exist, and I think that is a freedom that I've never had. I've never had the luxury of being able to express.
Yeah.
Because you always kind of have to be like aware of what you're doing when you're with a man, and you have to be aware of like what you say and how you act, because men will get not creeped out, but they will get freaked out if you do too much too soon. You know?
I feel that, yeah. So you don't feel that pressure there, or you can let your guard down more.
Like immediately.
Yeah.
And it's like little things like not having to watch my words, because like I know I was so bad at calling men girl. I was so bad about it.
Yeah, I do that too.
Okay. And I know that there are certain men, I've literally had this conversation before, who hate that shit.
Yeah.
And like, don't fucking call me that. I'm sorry. Girl it has no gender.
I know.
It's like bitch.
Literally.
Like, and even that being like, bitch, same thing. Hey. I don't mean it personally.
Shit.
That, oh my God. The biggest one, and if there are children listening, close your ears.
Oh my God.
The sex, completely different. I don't think I've ever truly, fully enjoyed sex in my entire life.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, wait. So I want to know, there's always this pressure when you go out with guys, if sex is on the table or not, whether it's a first date, however far along you're into it with them, especially when you're just getting to know one another. Is that pressure there when you're dating women too?
I think it's the same. I think that
Same?
it really depends on who you are and what you're comfortable with.
Mm.
I literally went on so many fucking dates. I was running them up for the first 2 years before me and Jay got together. I was running it up.
In these streets.
And
in these
okay,
bed sheets.
okay. And I literally was not fucking anybody for real. Like I probably had sex with yesterday me and Jay went out to eat and we were talking about it, and she was like, in her entire life she's gone on less than 20 first dates. Right?
Oh.
And so she was like, how many first dates have you gone on? And I said, I can't even give you
Right,
a number.
let me just.
Literally. And she was like, okay, well then not last year, but the year before we started dating, how many first dates did you go on? And I met her in August. So I'm just counting January to August. 13.
Okay.
And I felt like that was light.
Yeah.
That was light.
Yeah.
And so she was like, 13. And she was like, she was like, she said, she thinks that that's how many she's been on like in her lifetime. I was like, bro, I was running it up.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when I say 13 first dates, it's not just first date and done. Like I was going on multiple dates with these people.
Oh my God.
I was running it up.
You're silly.
But there really wasn't a pressure at all. And I think that there also is a lot less judgment. So like, for example, and this is not me revealing our business because I've told the world this already. Me and Jay fucked the first time we met. Loved it. It was great. A year and a half later, still here. There was no like, ooh, judgment.
Yeah.
It was never that.
Yeah.
I think that men put this like virginal like thing on women, and women don't do that to other women. So it's never a what's your body count.
Yeah.
I've never run into that.
I love
now,
that.
I will say that there probably are some very misogynistic women who would do that.
Really?
Hell yeah. Like when I was talking earlier about like the super studs, like that exists. Like I've talked to a couple women who I think fall under like the super stud umbrella.
The super stud is so funny to me.
No, but they I think that their masculinity is more so on the performative side. And so they take notes from men that they are either like around or see in media or whatever the case may be. And I think that that's when it becomes a little toxic. And that's when you have like women who are like, call me your man, you know, or who genuinely do want to know your body count, and who, you know, just have like these like ideas from men and they bring them into the relationship. Thankfully, I dated a lot of women who weren't like that, and Jade is not like that. Praise God. Thank you, Jesus. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it at all. But yeah, sex, 11 out of 10.
Okay.
Even
so-
like the best sex I've ever had with a man.
Really?
Tops it, for sure.
I've only had a couple of interactions with women, literally a couple too. And I never, made a home run.
Period.
Maybe made it to like second base, I guess. You know?
Still good.
Yeah. But do you have to have like conversations about what's going to happen, or like, because I've heard of like some lesbians, probably more of the super studs, they don't like to be touched in certain areas and things like that. Is that just like a spur of the moment thing that you find out, or is there like conversations that happen?
It really
around
depends.
that?
I feel like conversation's always helpful. So of course, if you're having like a one night stand and y'all both fucked up, you're probably not gonna stop and like have conversation. But I also feel like there is an energy that you can kind of read. There are people who are touch me nots, and then there are people who are pillow princesses, right? And so pillow princesses are the women who are typically feminine presenting, and they don't want to do another work, right? And it's not just that they don't want to do another work, they don't want to touch or like put their mouth on any part of your body at all, right? So they get serviced, they don't do any of the servicing.
Yeah,
the opposite, and no, but touch me nots and pillow princesses go together like puzzle pieces, right? Because one, that they don't want anything done to them. The other, they don't want to do anything.
Yeah, perfect
puzzle pieces, right? Now, when you go into like the other relationships, that's a wider spectrum of, some people have a thing about maybe they don't want like their titties touched, but they're okay with getting eaten out, you know? Some people might be more like dominant femmes who are okay with being serviced, but also want to have the same experience that you're having, but just opposite. So there are a lot of dom femmes or just femmes in general who enjoy strapping their partner, right?
Okay.
And there are some masculine presenting women who enjoy receiving as well. So it's like people, I think that you do have to have the conversation, and you do have to like understand what your partner is okay with and what they're not okay with.
Mm-hmm.
And it is your own personal responsibility in understanding whether or not that's something that you are willing to tolerate or not, or something you're compatible with or not.
Okay.
But more often than not, you can find a middle ground.
Interesting.
Especially if it's just like a flingy, like, 1 off or 2 off, 3 off, whatever.
Yeah.
Like 9 times out of 10, it's just like, we gonna figure it out.
Okay. Are women as horny as guys are?
Horny-er. I think
really
women, because the thing is, women don't realize that we are not actually being satisfied, so we're not actually having sex.
Mm-hmm.
We don't enjoy it because we're not actually having it. We're just participating in helping you're participating in helping your partner get off.
Yeah.
Like you are just like a helping hand. You're like the nurse in the surgery place. And they're like, scalpel, and you just like pass it along because you're not actually receiving any pleasure. And the reason why people have this like joke about lesbians and how like they have like 10, 15-hour sessions is because it really does last that long. I think that in lesbian sex, each person minimum gets off like 2-3 times.
Wow.
And then it's like, all right, cool. Now we're done.
I love that for y'all.
Of course, there are some men who are way into servicing.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I feel like those are the effeminate men who
Yes,
are like super
they
into
are.
like, let me make sure you got
They
yours
are.
and you're being serviced and all that shit. I think that the men that are more on the masculine side, in terms of my own experience, are the ones who are just like, I came, you loved it, right? You know what I mean?
Literally.
Like it's like that energy of they're not in tune with what you're experiencing.
Mm-hmm.
And they think if I had a good time, you had a good time too.
Yeah.
Or there are so many men, and I didn't realize this until I dived into like one side of TikTok. There are men who don't believe women can orgasm.
What?
Yes. There are genuinely men who truly believe that women are just incapable of it and that we should stop trying.
Oh my God.
Yes. Yeah.
They always trying to blame us.
Yes. No, you just suck at what you
Literally.
think you're doing.
You just don't know
suck
what
at
you're
it.
doing.
You don't know what you're doing.
Wow.
And it's so easy. But I think that, and I would love to hear your input on this. I don't think that men are open to feedback when fucking. I don't think that they are open to guidance and feedback and instruction. And also they're not open to involving things like toys.
Yeah.
Because I don't like in a lesbian relationship, it's not about, well, I made you come without any.
Right, exactly.
No, it's just, well, I made you come.
Yeah.
Do you think that is an issue?
It's not an issue for me.
But
I do. But no, I do believe that it is an issue for, the really macho type of guys who just value their heterosexuality over everything. I've only had 2 guys who have been able to make me get there.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me being prudish.
There.
I can be such a prude sometimes.
This is why you're Obama-like and I'm ghetto. Only one person ever made me come and made me nut. Yeah.
Oh.
You're like Martha Stewart.
Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, Trey's one of them.
Period.
And it was like literally those 2 experiences, I didn't have to tell them how to do anything. They just they knew what to do.
That's a different conversation of sexual compatibility.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say and I've had many experiences with men, all right? I'm not saying I was outside, but I was outside for, it's fine.
We were both outside.
We don't shame, thank you. We don't shame people around here.
Yeah.
And I, based off of my quantitative and qualitative data, majority of men do not want the input.
No.
They get so hurt. It triggers them.
Mm-hmm.
It hits them right at their core where it's like, now you're trying to tell me what to do. I don't know how to fucking make a bitch come. And it's like, no, you don't, clearly, because I haven't.
Yeah.
And how long we been doing this?
every time I've only ever tried to instruct a guy like during the act, and it never works out. You know, I feel like it just kills their self-esteem, and I'm like, but I've had guys instruct me too, and I'm like, just correct shit, be coachable. Fuck.
But
Like-
the thing is, I don't think men see it on both ends.
Yeah.
That way. Because men think, okay, well, I can tell you what to do, but you can't tell me what to do. I know what I'm doing.
See, I feel like it's different being in LA. I'm sure. Where's Jade from? Virginia? Like if y'all were out there or in Atlanta. But when y'all go out, do people assume you're a couple?
Yes and no. I think the overwhelming answer is yes, mostly because Jade is masculine presenting. So, and we hold hands everywhere.
Okay.
But even if we weren't holding hands, we're just sitting at a restaurant. I think that we both have a very like lovey energy. So we're always like touching and stuff. But if we're just standing next to each other and we're like going into a movie together, I think people can safely assume this is a date.
Yeah.
Because of the dynamic. I think that we've had a few encounters, specifically older people,
Of course.
where they automatically are like, so what are you ladies getting into? and like they put on this like energy of like, y'all must be sisters or friends or whatever. They don't say it, but that's the energy. And it's like, that to me is so fucking rude. If you're unsure, don't assume.
Yeah, just don't. Yeah.
Or like I've had one time we've been together and like it's clear we're together because we're holding hands, we're doing this, we're doing that, whatever. And somebody was like, "Oh my God, you're such a pretty girl. I know you have so many options." Why would you say that to me?
Yeah, that's rude as fuck.
Rude as fuck.
Yeah.
Rude as fuck.
I don't like that.
But that's people. Genuinely, I don't give a fuck. I am so quick to say something that Jade and I had to have a conversation and she had to tell me like, you have to chill because yes, this energy is being aimed at the two of us, but it's truly being aimed at me. And if you agitate the situation, they're going to assume that I'm the one who's going to solve the problem. And I'm not trying to be in no shit. And it makes it way more unsafe for her. Because when people get triggered by things like that, their energy turns towards a more masculine person.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, you going to do something? You want to be a nigga?
Right.
Do something.
Right.
Not my pretty princess.
Yeah.
And like at the end of the day, I want y'all to understand, I will swing first.
Yes. That's
Jade ain't never been in a fight in her life. I will beat ass.
Let's not.
Let's not.
Let's not.
Let's not.
Please.
But don't play. Don't play.
You and Jade, y'all refer to each other as girlfriend.
Yes.
Would you ever use partner?
No.
Okay.
Only that's just a personal thing, just because I feel like the people that use the term partner are so cringy. And I also have this issue where I have run into so many, like I'm not even joking. I feel like there's at least one person on every set I work on who talks about someone and they're like, my partner, and they're in a heterosexual relationship. And that shit pisses me off.
Okay.
Because it's like appropriation of the term.
Is it?
It is. Because typically people use the term partner in order to give themselves a safeguard when they're talking about their relationship. So it's not so like in the conversation, you know? If I'm in a professional setting and I want to talk about my relationship or I'm speaking about, you know, the person I'm with, I understand being in a queer relationship and saying my partner, because then it shuts the question down. I don't have to say my wife, my girlfriend. People are like, yeah, it's too much. But now, and it used to be like a signal, I want to say. But then it's like now when a straight person is like my partner, 9 times out of 10, I promise you, it always works out this way. The person who says my partner used to identify as something queer, like as pansexual, bisexual, dated women in the past, dated men in the past, and now they're in a heterosexual relationship and they want to retain some of that queerness. And so they use that term and it's like this thing. I've had 3 separate interactions with people where they say that and I assume that they're in a queer relationship and then they're like, no, I'm with a man. And I'm like, oh, sorry, you said partner.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, no, but I am queer though. I dated women my entire life and just now I'm with a man. And it's like, okay, but girl, you confusing the community.
Okay, so I never thought about it like that, but I use partner because saying boyfriend just sounds very juvenile to me. And it's like whenever I say boyfriend, I feel like people don't take us as seriously. People are always asking us, when are you getting married? When are you getting married? When is that coming? Why hasn't he watched you up yet? You just want to be a baby mama forever? And I'm like, okay, it shouldn't get to me, but it really annoys me. And so that's why I use partner, because I'm like, okay, it kind of solidifies our relationship in a way. It doesn't sound like I'm just dating someone casually by calling him my boyfriend all the time and then mentioning that we have a kid together. It's like, okay, so what are y'all doing?
I understand.
But it shouldn't matter.
I do understand, but I will say, this is no shade at all. People are not picking it up differently. Because when you say partner, it still implies there's no legal binding.
Mm-hmm.
We're together. And I understand that it does sound like a step up, because boyfriend, girlfriend, that's the term you use when you're in middle school, elementary school, high school, college. Sure, but it still applies.
Yeah.
And I don't think that there's anything negative with saying girlfriend. Like, I don't know. I think saying my man is no problem with that either.
Yeah. But when I introduce him, I'm not saying this is my man, Trey. I'm not introducing him as that.
Well, do you give a like title before you introduce?
In interviews, I say partner.
Okay. Well, I mean, girl, you can do what you want to do,
but clearly not after that rant you just said.
No, but that's. I think that it's different, because when you're talking about an interview, that's different. If we're on set and we're eating lunch and you're like, oh my God, my partner said the funniest thing the other day.
Yeah, no,
oh my God, my partner.
If it's with people I'm comfortable with, I don't care. But if it's a new introduction, I will defer to partner. But yeah.
I get it. I understand. It's just, I also understand
but
the
I
other
get,
side of it.
I get your
like,
side too.
Yeah, because it's like, I don't know. Titles, words mean things.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that there is a ownership, like the queer community owns the term partner. They don't, right? Partner still applies to you. It works. It's fine. I will say though, in terms of signaling, it may confuse people if he's not in the room with you.
Right, exactly, yeah.
If he's not in the room with you and you're like, my partner, people are going to assume, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe your partner is not a cis man.
Right.
It's like saying, using a they, them pronoun. And then the person introduces themselves as a man.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay.
I just haven't found another word that works.
My beau.
My boyfriend.
My beau.
That's my boyfriend.
But
yeah.
No, but we call each other girlfriends.
Okay.
For sure. And we talked about kids too. And like, if we had a child, what the child would call us. And I would be mommy and she'd be mom.
Okay, cute. Did the conversation of kids come up really soon? Did y'all move fast? Like that stereotype about lesbians moving fast?
No. We dated for like 6 months before we made it official.
Okay. That's steady.
Wait, was it 6? It may have been longer than that. August, September, October, November, December, January. No, 6 months. But it was very intentional on Jade's side to take her time, because she has been in a lot of long-term relationships and she doesn't just like jump into them willy-nilly. So that I definitely was like, hello, girl. But I do appreciate the fact that we like didn't U-Haul and like took time.
Right.
For sure.
I love that. And I don't know how people get into relationships nowadays. Like when me and Trey made it official, we were just out one day and he introduced me as his girlfriend, and that's how we came to be official.
Oh, no.
How did y'all have? Okay, yeah.
And the reason why is because this was when the fires were like ablazing in January, and it was really bad, and it was starting to get closer. And we were like, for a second, they were like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like I remember they started evacuating certain parts of downtown, like Hollywood and shit. And Jay was like, oh, I think I might start looking into flights. Like we might leave and go like to her parents' house in Virginia. And she was like, yeah, like, you know, you coming with me? And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not going to go to your parents' house. I'm not your fucking girlfriend. Like that's weird. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I was like, no shade, but love, you know, safety. But like, if I'm going to leave, I'm going to just go home if that's the case. And so, maybe like a day later or something like that, I went over to her place and she had like a whole speech prepared. It was so cute. Did a whole thing. We got a bottle of Prosecco, popped it, celebrate. Oh, this is why I gained 20 pounds. Celebrated with food like got pizza from this place I love, but it was very sweet. It was very cute. But yeah, it was like a whole thing.
I love that.
Mhm.
That's so cute. She's very considerate though.
She like plans a lot.
Is
It's a
she
lot
the
of
most
Virgo.
considerate person you've been with?
The most? She's definitely up there. I've definitely been with considerate people, but I guess it depends on how they showed it in different ways. I've been with someone who's very considerate in a very different way, and like I'm gonna like there are things showing up at your door. You know, like, oh, I heard that you said you had to go get to work. I'm gonna call you an Uber and it's waiting for you know, like that type of shit is different. Jade is very considerate, but like very considerate in a I want to see you win kind of way. So if I mention something that I want to do, she'll like do the research and then explain it to me. Or like if I'm spending the night at her place and I got to go to work in the morning, she'll like make my lunch for me. And like I get up and she'll like set an alarm and wake up before me and like make me coffee. Like things like that. So I think her consideration is definitely more, I don't know how to explain it. To me, it's more like caring. It's more supportive.
I love that.
You know, I think that the other forms of consideration that I've experienced are more like, this is easy for me because I can afford it. And I'm thinking of you for sure, but I don't have to do much labor because I'm placing orders. Things are happening. She's actually doing the labor of getting up and like getting it done.
Yeah, so she definitely is the most considerate.
Yes, for sure.
Trey is by far the most considerate and supportive person I've been with. He really made me realize, like, oh,
the bar's in hell.
The bar was in
hell.
Yeah. Like, what have you been doing your whole life, girl? Yeah, it was embarrassing.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Not like just a personal embarrassment. Like when I reflect on my past relationships, I'm like, I can't believe I tolerated this shit for so long.
For sure.
You know?
Okay. Do you feel that Trey fully understands you? Because, you know, like when we talk about relationships and how like, oh, well, my partner is my bestie, whatever. Like I know that within my relationship with Jade compared to all the other relationships I've been in, it's different, but I think it's different because she understands so many different like foundational things. Like she gets it, how I feel, because she understands how I am perceived in the world as like a dark-skinned woman in certain settings. Like she understands that she has another layer of having her masculinity be a part of it. So like it's I think that she not only understands my experience as a person, but also my experience like within the relationship. Like she gets all of it. Do you feel fully understood?
Yes, 100%.
Really?
Yeah. I think that really came to, I don't want to say ahead, but it was kind of tested with like just me being more politically vocal, and I don't have the same views as all of his family members do. And the way that he's like stuck up for me and voiced his own opinions and being more vocal in real life. He doesn't post online or anything, but just being more vocal about his opinions too. It's been like a beautiful thing to see. Like he's just really standing up for me in that way and other ways as well. But I trust him implicitly. I think he fully understands me, and I've never been with somebody who, like outside of platonic relationships, was someone that understood me in such an intimate way.
That's so beautiful. Hold on.
Oh God.
No, because that's so fucking beautiful. Okay. I saw a video that was going a little viral this week, and I feel like this is like Facebook content that made it on TikTok. But it was this man who was talking about how in his relationship, the final answer, the final like decision is his, no matter what the case is. So at the end of the day, if they have $1,000 that they're gonna spend on something, and his wife wants this thing and he wants that thing, and they can't come to a decision, his decision wins and he gets his thing. At the end of the day, if there's a decision about their child and mom thinks that, oh no, she should go to soccer camp, but he thinks no, she should go to basketball camp, and they can't come to a decision, his decision is the one that like is the final one, and baby goes to basketball camp. And so he says in his relationship, they are equal, but equal within just a consideration, but not equal within choice.
Yeah, that's not equal.
So no. But in his mind, he's like equal in terms of like I, she's my partner, like for sure.
Mhm.
But I'm the man, so I get the final say. We could talk
no.
about it, we could whatever. But if I don't agree with your viewpoint, it's me. Do you think that you are an equal in your relationship?
Yeah, I'm the one who's the head household.
Like,
no.
period.
But we've never really had any decisions where it had to come down where we just had such opposing views that we had to choose one. That hasn't happened yet. I'm sure it will
In time,
as
for sure.
our daughter gets older and stuff.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to think of an example. But we agree on everything. But he does defer to my.
I was gonna say, but imagine with what because you know him very well.
Yeah.
If there was a boom, it's this or this type situation.
I feel like I would be the last say.
Okay. Now, what if it was something that truly he wanted or really affected him? So imagine it's the case of, okay, well, you told your whole family that he would come with you to this family event, whatever the case may be. Everybody is expecting all y'all to go, and he gets tickets to the Super Bowl.
Oh, I'll let him go to the Super Bowl.
You want him there.
I mean, that's his dream to go to the Super Bowl. So you got to give me something else because I'd let him go. Look,
family funeral, really important.
Oh, he would come with me if it's somebody that's really close to me, he would come.
Even if he was like, I really want to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he would come with me.
Okay, period. That's a good man. That's a good man, Savannah.
Yeah.
That's a good man. Okay, period.
But it's so funny because when I talk, not talk to his friends, girlfriends, or wives, but when I'm around them and just hearing his friends' opinions, they say I'm the most lenient girlfriend ever. And I think it's, I don't know, I guess a trust thing. And also I'm very lax about a lot of things, but some of them don't let their husbands go out or stay out past midnight or things like that. And I'm like, I guess I could get it, but I don't know.
Okay, 2 questions. 1, do you believe that your lack of restriction on him is the reason why there's a lack of restriction in your relationship? Where there isn't what I say goes because you're not saying, well, what I say goes.
I'm not a very black and white person in any decision that I make.
No, for sure.
I consider I just consider all the viewpoints, right?
No, for sure.
But maybe it could be that. But I just think I'm a very reasonable person. And in my relationships, I trust you until you give me a reason not to be trusted.
Amen.
So there has been a couple times where I'm like, okay, you need to reel this in because it's affecting the home.
Mm-hmm.
And he has. He went sober for me, and that was a huge deal for him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if it's starting to affect home, if it's affecting me and how I feel, then yeah, we'll definitely have a conversation about it.
And that right there is that was a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
That was a situation where it's either this or this, and like you said. But that to me doesn't really that works, but it doesn't work because the choice that was made was for the greater good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little different. I think me and Tabir are very, very similar, where we are both always willing to see all sides of every argument. And Jade has brought this up to me before, where she said that I'm one of the few people she's ever met in her life who's actually let me think about every side before I jump to a conclusion or feel a way about it, right? Mm-hmm. But I also know myself and I know other people. And there have been a couple times where I have told her straight up, prime example, somebody invited her to a brunch or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So she comes to me, she's like, oh, by the way, Sunday I'm gonna go get brunch with this person, da-da-da-da. And I was like, okay, cool, who is it? And she was like, oh, it's this person from this brand or whatever. And they missed her when she was in New York. And they had gotten her flowers. And, they were just like, oh, I got you these flowers, but I missed you while you were in New York. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, flowers for what? And, she was like, oh, for congratulations, because my boo walked New York Fashion Week.
Period.
She sure did. And I was like, but why? And she was like, I don't know. So I was like, have you met this person? She was like, not outside of email. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to lie. This doesn't feel appropriate because what are y'all meeting for? And she was like, I don't know. She's just in LA. She wants to chit chat. She was like, get up.
Yeah.
And I was like, that doesn't feel, and I was like, I'm going to let you do what you do. Like, go off, do your thing. I'm not going to tell you can't go. But I just want you to be aware because no shade to my boo, love her down. She is so unaware when somebody's flirting with her. No, unless it's like direct, she is so unaware. And literally, it was by the grace of God because one thing about the universe and about God don't play about me.
Yeah.
I always, without even trying, I get the answers, right? And I ended up going to this event with her and that person was there. And it was like 2 days before the actual, like outing they were supposed to have. That person was there. It was like a surprise, like, oh my God, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Here, da-da-da. And when she met me, she gave me the craziest look. And it wasn't like a crazy look like, fuck you, bitch. It was more so like, what? Like, you're her girlfriend?
Yeah.
And we ended up all like spending like a decent amount of time together. Whole time she's making direct eye contact with Jade, talking to her, ignoring me. I'm like right there, ignoring me. And I didn't care because I'm just gonna exist. And unfortunately for you, Jade is obsessed with me. And so we're like, just like living our lives, doing our own things. The next morning, wake up to like this long paragraph. Oh my God, my stomach hurts. I can't make it to the brunch. And I was like, what did I tell you? Like, she
literally.
genuinely thought that this was going to turn into a date. Like,
Yeah.
she was, like, this was not a situation where it was going to be like friendly. And sometimes you got to listen to your girlfriends.
No, for
because they know. And so it'll be things like that where it's not that I don't trust you. I trust you.
Yeah.
But there are certain people that might be around you that you are not aware of, have ulterior motives. And I think that it is my responsibility as your girlfriend to say something. Like, I'm going to let you do what you want to do. I'll never be like, you can't go.
Right.
But I'm going to say, just a FYI, she want to fuck you.
Exactly. And she did.
and if you're like, no, she doesn't, and you go and something inappropriate happens, I already called it.
Right.
I called it. And now it's up to you to decide how you're going to set that boundary. Because if you don't set the boundary,
then we have a problem.
Now we have a problem.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like when you have trust in your relationships. Just saying.
Exactly. So what's the biggest thing you've learned about yourself in dating women?
That I'm not too much. I think that one thing I've always had in all my relationships is that so many men have just been like, oh my God, like, girl, you just too much. Like you play too much. You're too like aggressive. You don't let me lead enough. Or like, you know, just like personality, like, okay, girl, like, let me lead, let me do. I hated it. I felt very misunderstood, I think, in almost every relationship that I've been in. And I think that being in this one, I realized I'm not the problem, and that I dated a lot of people who are very triggered by being with someone who had such a big personality. And I think that insecurity just existed in a lot of relationships because I was dating men who were effeminate and hated that about themselves.
Yeah.
And I kind of brought it out.
I love that. That's very similar to me too. I feel like I can just be myself.
Exactly. Nobody's going to look at me and be like, oh, you're a fucking weirdo.
Right.
Because I know I am.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's cool to be weird.
Okay.
Right.
Sabria, I know that you have had like mild experiences in the past and like in another world, because there's you and Trey are locked the fuck in.
Yeah.
Love that. But would you ever consider dating a woman?
I would try it. What? That sounded bad.
I know. Because the thing is, and I want y'all to know, I'm not asking this question in terms of like, oh, asking a straight girl, would she act like a woman?
Yeah.
No, but it's like, I know that you have had experiences, you've had attraction to women in the past.
You know about my liaison.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Had that not ended the way that it did, I would have explored it more. You know, if there's mutual attraction there, yeah, I'll explore it more.
Period.
I'm not closed off at all.
I love that. Listen, free love for everybody.
Player.
What is that?
It's
Player.
Peace, love, unity, respect. Player.
Girl, what white gays have you been hanging around?
It is the white gays, but whatever.
Plur.
I can't believe you've never heard of that.
Never. Never.
Whatever. Anyway,
Okay.
that's my thing. What's your question for me?
Okay. And you have to answer.
Fine.
You can't not answer.
What?
Considering the entire discography, only the solo discography, what is the worst Beyonce song?
The
worst.
worst
Not the
Beyonce
one where you're like, I'm
song?
willing to get rid of it, but the one that you will genuinely say is a bad song.
A bad Beyonce song?
Mm-hmm.
That's really hard. You should have asked me this before. Because it's hard to think of that off the top of my head.
I have mine, but I'm going to wait until you answer yours before I give mine.
I don't think any of her popular songs are bad songs.
I disagree.
Okay.
It could be an album cut if you'd like.
I know. That's what I'm trying to think of. This isn't a bad song, but I thought of Sexy Little Thug, but it's a fun song. It's not a bad song.
I don't even know what song that is.
She did a remix to 50 Cent's In the Club, Sexy Little Thug.
No, but that wasn't on the album.
I know. What's yours? Maybe it'll trigger
I have a
my-
few.
Damn.
I do. There's one song off of, I think it's Sasha Fierce,
Mhm.
Radio.
Think I'm in love with my radio.
That's a bad song. Also, I know this might be controversial, but I need you to take Beyonce out of it.
Yeah.
Put any other artist
Okay.
in the lead role of the song.
Okay.
Girls.
Girl.
Girls.
Oh,
Who run this
Oh. Okay. Yeah. I don't like that song.
It's a bad song.
Okay. Let me give you the Beyonce songs I don't like.
Okay.
Run the World. I don't like that song.
Oh, same.
I have
Hello.
to see a visual along with it.
And controversial opinion again. And I need you, but Beyonce Giselle knows I love you. I do. This is
We're
not a
obsessed.
reflection
Yeah.
of you as a person.
Mhm.
But I will say, the choreography, ass.
Yeah. To Run the World?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not-
I don't think that.
I hated it.
I don't think that.
I hated
I
it.
think the choreography was great. And I love like the whole backstory to it too. Like she flew those guys in.
No,
from-
for sure.
Yeah.
Love it, hated it though.
I love it. And then that little kick up in the sand that she does. I like that choreography. I love that song performed.
Okay.
But I won't just listen to it. This is very controversial for me.
Okay.
Give me some slack.
Okay. I'm gonna give you my next one too. You know.
Love on Top. I do not like that song. I know.
Ah!
I know.
Okay,
I
you're
don't
bugging.
like that
I'm not gonna
song.
lie. I love that
See,
song.
yeah.
I love it.
I can't, I don't know what
You know what
it
it is? Love on Top has the same level of controversy that Love on the Brain has, where people either hate it or love it. It's the same. It's neck and neck.
That's a good
personally-
example because I'm not a fan of Love on the Brain.
I love Love on the Brain.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Love on the. So yeah,
Yeah.
boom, there we go.
Ooh, another one. I know y'all gonna hate this. More recent.
What?
Church Girl.
You don't like Church Girl?
I think Church Girl is not a good song. No shade. Church Girl sounds like a Lizzo track, and Beyonce's just singing it. Like when I say objectively bad song, I'm saying take that person out of it. Take Beyonce out of it, and just the song objectively. I'm just not a fan.
I love Church Girl. I'm gonna disagree on that.
Controversial.
Yeah,
controversial.
That's controversial. That might be more than Love on Top.
No, Love on Top is a great song.
It's just it sounds too doo-wop to me.
But that's what makes it so
I know,
good.
but
You're the one I love.
I don't know.
You're the
Honey,
one I
honey.
love.
And then every time I know every word to that song.
You're
But
tripping.
I
Just
know.
Singing the song reminded me how good it is. You're
I
tripping.
can't. And you're tripping on Church Girl, so agree to disagree.
No.
My question for you, have you seen the whole Mara versus Jeepers Creepers on TikTok?
Yes.
Okay. Who are you fighting? Which horror villain are you fighting do you think you could take on?
Horror villain that I could take on. Ma. Ma, for sure. I would have snatched that wig off that bitch head so goddamn fast. Are you kidding me? The fact that all them teenagers couldn't take this bitch down, I would have beat her ass.
That's so valid.
I would have beat her
She
fucking
wasn't
ass.
athletic at all. Like that was
all,
yeah.
at all. She was
That's
out here
so valid.
knocking y'all out with drugs and liquor. It's the gluttony within you that took you down. I would have beat her ass. Ma, come see me.
Yeah,
I would have beat her
That's
ass.
a good answer. That's a good answer.
Girl, what about you?
Mine was Chucky. I feel like I could easily just kick him out the way and be on about my business. But yeah.
Chucky, the thing is, Chucky would be disorienting. Because Chucky be jumping at you from like, ledges and shit. Like, that's disorienting. And he got a knife. Ma don't got no tools, for real. Ma just out here fucking you up. Ma just getting you lit off of Xannies and bad weed. And these kids were just like tied up, fucked up. I would have beat my
such
ass.
a good answer. No shade, Octavia. No shade. But yeah, that's an easy one. Okay. No listener letter for this week. We got to go. We're going to be featured on another podcast stay tuned. Right?
Stay tuned. It's going to be exciting.
Yes. So it's been real.
It's been fun.
It's been real, but you're supposed to say
oh, shit, you're right. My bad. Let's do it again.
It's been real.
It's been fun.
It's been real fun.
I just never say the second part.
I know.
Bye.
CWatt.